$600, when Mohammed Mateen, the author of the source material we're diving into today, sat down to calculate his monthly spending, he was earning a pretty decent income, but he was left with almost nothing at the end of the month. So he went through absolutely every single expense, line by line, and was genuinely shocked to find exactly $600 just hiding right there in his budget. Literally money he could reduce or completely eliminate without it even touching his quality of life. Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are going to help you find yours. Today, we're unpacking the best ways to cut monthly expenses, 25 proven strategies that work. Our main goal with this explainer is to completely shatter the illusion that your monthly bills are just fixed in stone. I mean, you might look at your rent, your car payment, or your utilities and kind of just shrug and think, well, it is what it is. But the reality? Almost every single monthly expense has room to be reduced, and honestly, a lot of them can be eliminated entirely. I really want to start us off by highlighting a crucial paradigm shift. We constantly hear about the hustle to earn more money, right? But earning more, that's a slow grind. It takes serious time. Reducing your expenses, on the other hand, puts cash back in your pocket this exact same month. It is hands down the absolute fastest way to free up money for savings, paying off debt, and hitting those big financial goals. Okay, we've got a really clear roadmap today so you don't get overwhelmed. We're covering 1, the power of cutting, 2, housing and utilities, 3, food and groceries, 4, transport and subscriptions, and 5, personal and financial leaks. And then we'll wrap up with step 6, the action plan. So, section 1, the power of cutting. Why reducing expenses changes everything. What's absolutely wild here is how small monthly cuts snowball into massive, massive results. Let's say you cut just $300 a month. Think about the annual impact of that. If you redirect it to pay off debt, that's $3,600 less debt in a year. Put it in an emergency fund. Boom, $3,600 saved. Invest it at a 7% return, and suddenly that $3,600 is out there working for you. If you do all three, over time, you are looking at a life-changing financial transformation. Every single dollar you cut is a dollar that stops working against you and starts working for you. Let's move on to section 2, housing and utilities, tackling your biggest monthly bills. Housing is almost always going to be your largest expense, which means, hey, it also offers the biggest wins. If you have the extra space, bringing in a roommate instantly cuts your housing costs by 30 to 50%. No joke. But even if a roommate isn't your thing, did you know your rent is often completely negotiable? If you're a reliable tenant, landlords really want to keep you. You can offer to sign a longer lease in exchange for a rent freeze. Or, if you own your place, refinancing your mortgage by just 0.5% can save you over $1,000 a year. That's huge. Now, for utilities, you don't need some major lifestyle overhaul to see results. It's really about stacking tiny habits. Just bump your thermostat 2 degrees lower in the winter, swap out for LED bulbs, unplug those electronics when you aren't using them, and wash your clothes in cold water. Simple, right? But when you combine them, these little moves can effortlessly slash your utility bills by 20 to 30% every single month. All right, section 3, food and groceries, the most controllable area of your budget. The big takeaway for this section is that you can dramatically shrink your spending without eating miserable food or sacrificing nutrition. Take meal planning. Actually planning your meals and sticking strictly to a list can save a family between $100 and $300 a month. Plus, it saves you from wandering down the snack aisle. Switching to store brands, that's another $50 to $150 saved. And those cashback apps like Ibotta or Rakuten, they literally take 5 minutes to set up and give you zero effort cashback on stuff you were going to buy anyway. It's a no-brainer. Brace yourselves for this number. $232. That is what the average American spends every month just on dining out. If you were to cut that habit just in half, making restaurants a special occasion instead of a default, you'd save nearly $1,400 a year. Just let that sink in for a second. Okay, let's roll into section 4, transport and subscriptions, driving down costs and pausing the stream. Just like a mortgage, you can absolutely refinance your car loan to score a better rate. But a super overlooked trick here is shopping around for car insurance. Just getting 3 to 5 quotes when your policy is up for renewal can save you up to $800 annually. $800? Also, if you're a 2-car household that could kind of manage with one, temporarily selling that second car frees up $300 to $700 a month because you wipe out the payment, the insurance, and the maintenance all at once. Next up is quite literally the easiest place to start finding money:
Subscriptions. The average person is paying for 3 to 4 streaming services they barely ever watch. Do yourself a favor, pull up your bank statement right now and cancel the ones you forgot about. Most people find $50 to $150 instantly. You can also share streaming plans across households to split the bill, and don't sleep on your local library. They offer absolutely incredible free streaming and entertainment options.
Moving to Section 5, Personal and Financial, Plugging the Hidden Leaks. When we talk about clothing and personal care, it's all about intentionality. Try implementing a one-in, one-out rule. Basically, if you buy a new item, an old one has to be donated. It stops those impulse clothing buys dead in their tracks. Unsubscribing from those flashy fashion emails completely removes the temptation. And switching to generic personal care products is a massive win because, honestly, they are often perfectly identical in quality to those pricey name brands. Now, here's a real game changer for a quick win. Major phone carriers charge a fortune, but budget carriers like Mint Mobile or Visible, they use the exact same cellular networks for a fraction of the price. Making the switch gives you the exact same coverage, but leaves an extra $30 to $80 in your pocket every single month. On the financial side, the main point here is, please stop leaking your hard-earned money to banks. A lot of banks charge $10 to $15 a month just to let your own money sit in a checking account. Switch to a no-fee account today. And while you're at it, set up automatic payments so you literally never pay a late fee again, and pay off those credit cards in full to dodge the interest charges. All right, Section 6, the Action Plan, your 5-step roadmap to financial freedom. Let's pull this all together. It's super important to figure out where your highest return on investment is. Don't sweat the tiny stuff right out of the gate. Focus your energy on the big wins first. Look, consistently meal planning could net you $300 a month. A successful housing negotiation, that's $200. Taking 10 minutes to axe those forgotten subscriptions, there's $150. Go after these high-value targets first. Okay, let's slow down the pace for a second because this is your precise step-by-step execution plan. Step 1. Audit your past 3 months of expenses. You need to know where the money is actually flowing. Step 2. Identify your biggest opportunities based on what we've just covered. Step 3, and listen, this is absolutely vital. Pick just 5 strategies to implement this week. Seriously, do not try to do all 25 at once. Step 4, track your results at the end of the month. And Step 5, redirect those new savings immediately toward your specific goals, like a debt payoff or an emergency fund. Because if it just sits in your checking account, trust me, it's going to get spent. As you dive into your audit, I want to give you a very concrete rule of thumb so you know what you're aiming for. Your target should be to cut 10% to 20% of your total monthly expenses as a starting goal. So if you spend $3,000 a month, a 10% cut frees up $300 a month. That is highly, highly achievable when you focus your effort. But before you go in and start slashing everything in sight, I have to urgently warn you, there are essential expenses you should never cut. Do not cancel your health insurance. Do not cut life insurance if you have dependents relying on you. Always, always make your minimum debt payments, and never leave free money on the table by cutting your employer-matched retirement contributions. These things provide crucial protection and guaranteed returns that massively outweighs saving a few bucks in the short term. So what does this all mean? It means every single dollar you free up from an expense is a dollar that goes to work building your financial freedom. You've got the tools, you have the roadmap, and now you know exactly where those hidden leaks are. So I'll leave you with this. Which 5 strategies are you going to implement first to start building your financial freedom today? Jump into the comments, let me know what action you're taking right now, and tell us how much you saved. Thanks for hanging out with me on The Explainer, and happy saving.